Hello, this is Dee from dmiddleton.com. Today we'll be discussing how to create and set up a minimalist home. Stay tuned to the very end of the video to learn how you can get your free homemaking ebook. One of the very first ways to create a minimalist home is to begin decluttering. Welcome to my year-long thorough declutter series. We declutter 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Did you know US consumers buy 40% of the world's toys, but bear only 3% of the world's children? Most people wear 20% of their clothing 80% of the time. People do not look at 80% of the papers and information they keep. The US Department of Energy reports that 1/4 of people with two-car garages have so much stuff in there that they can't park a car. According to the National Soap and Detergent Association, getting rid of clutter would eliminate 40% of housework in the average home. 9.4% of U.S. households rent a storage unit. Now that we've heard some statistics on clutter, let's look at how clutter actually affects us. Messy homes and workspaces leave us feeling anxious, helpless, and overwhelmed. Yet rarely is clutter recognized as a significant source of stress in our lives. Clutter distracts us by drawing our attention away from what our focus should be on. Clutter makes it more difficult to relax, both physically and mentally. Clutter constantly signals to our brains that our work is never done. In the home office or the workspace, clutter inhibits creativity and productivity by invading the open spaces that allow most people to think, brainstorm, and problem solve. Clutter creates feelings of guilt and embarrassment, especially when others unexpectedly drop by our homes or our workspaces. Clutter makes us feel anxious because we're never sure what it's going to take to get through to the bottom of the pile. Clutter can make us feel stressed, anxious, and depressed. Research found the levels of the stress hormone cortisol were higher in mothers whose home environment was cluttered. Now that we've looked at how clutter affects us, let's look at some of the benefits you'll experience when decluttering. Number one, less stuff equals less to clean and keep organized. More appreciation for what you have. If you have minimal belongings, you'll care for them differently than if you had plenty at your disposal. Less chaos and stress. Minimalism has the benefit of lots of empty space, or in other words, more breathing room. Number four, more money you get to keep. If you cherish and care for what you already have, you'll find you spend less and keep more of your hard earned cash. Number five, decluttering will allow you to experience mental clarity and more energy. You get to do more of the things you love if you aren't constantly working to clean and care for a large amount of possessions. Another benefit to decluttering is that you can bless someone else if you have good items you need to rehome. Number seven, you'll begin to shop more thoughtfully. You'll be more likely to only purchase what you really need if you are fully aware of what you already have. Like pulling weeds from your garden, you can appreciate the visual improvements your decluttering efforts will create. It is gratifying to look over a job and feel a sense of accomplishment. By decluttering your home, you're creating visual and actual peace. Have you ever completed a task that involved a huge visual improvement? Number nine is time. Think of all the time it takes to do a huge declutter. You will gain that time back if you don't refill the space you cleared. The reason is that it takes far less time to clean a space that is free from extra stuff. And number 10, you'll enjoy more pleasant relationships with the ones you love who share your space. It is far easier to cuddle up with your little ones and read a book if the books are neatly organized and there's a clean spot to sit and snuggle. What if you could eliminate the clutter for good? I designed this year-long Declutter series to help you slowly and permanently declutter your entire home. What you can expect. You will receive a daily declutter task for the specific room we are working on. We will then move step by step through the process to declutter every room and every space within your home. Currently, we are working on the first bathroom. Your daily task for today, May 6, 2022, is to declutter your lip balms. Here are a few tips. Number 1, declutter any unwanted items. Number 2, get rid of lip balms that you haven't used in a year. And number 3, declutter any types of chapstick that you never plan to use. Now let's look at a few tips that will help you declutter. Number 1, only spend time on your specific daily task. Do not allow yourself to get sidetracked or distracted. Work within a time of day that you have the most energy and stamina. Listen to your body and work at decluttering when you feel the most alert and energized. Number 4, avoid thinking too long about whether to keep or discard an item. This is one specific way you can be ruthless when decluttering. Number 5, avoid cleaning during your declutter. Getting rid of clutter is your priority. Cleaning can be accomplished later. Now let's look at some supplies you'll need to begin your declutter. Number 1, you'll need some boxes, preferably ones you can donate. Avoid using plastic storage bins because you may be tempted to just store the items and never part with them. Number 2, you'll need sturdy trash bags. And 3, you'll need a marker or a pen to label your boxes. Now let's look at 5 simple steps to declutter any space. Number 1, start by eliminating trash first. Number 2, sort items by category if needed so you can see what you have. Number 3, get rid of duplicate items, broken items, outgrown clothing and shoes, anything you'll never use again. Number 4, box up the donations and trash or recycle the rest. And finally, number 5, select a charity to donate your items. You can even schedule a pickup if that is an option. Leave a comment below and let me know what you are decluttering today. You can also head over to dmiddleton.com to subscribe and get your free homemaking ebook. You can also find my declutter printables and deep cleaning printables over at dmiddleton.com.